Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Grace's Tube. Today, there's so much happening in this world right now, like so much happening in the world right now, and this year 2020 has been a very emotionally traumatic year for a lot of us, and that is why I'm making this video. Okay, I'm very sure most of you guys are on Twitter. You guys saw how a black man was killed, and this is not the first time it is happening, and you've seen the protests around. And now in this country called Nigeria, you saw how the police killed a young girl called Tina, a 17-year-old girl called Tina. And I mean, I've watched the news, and the police is trying to make excuses for that killing. And then later on, we just saw that another girl, a 22-year-old girl called Uwa, got raped in the church. And then, like, a lot of people are saying, what is she doing in the church? Why? Well, I'm not going to, I didn't come here to lash out my anger on anybody or on people's opinions or people's thoughts. And I want to say something. Your opinion, everybody's entitled to an opinion, but sometimes your opinions can be wrong. And we need to learn and unlearn so many toxic things that we have learned in the past. Today, I'm coming here to address the issue of rape and sexual assault. And I am focusing on the female gender. And I'm not saying that men don't get raped. I'm not saying that men don't get sexually assaulted. No, I'm not saying that. But today, I am focusing on the female gender. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. And please, if you're here for the first time, please subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you. So you guys have seen what is happening. A lot of people, especially if you are on Nigerian Twitter, it seems like it's every month now people speak up about their rapists. We drag them on Twitter, and then it literally ends there. And I mean, like, people still have very bad opinions about this whole rape issue. Like, oh, she dressed indecently, she deserved it. That fine girl, why would you rape her? So many stupid things that people say out there. And I am here to educate somebody today that if a lady doesn't give you her willful consent, when I say willful, that means like, oh, let us have sex, and she's like, oh, okay, I don't mind. Not when you're like, oh, let us have sex, and she's like, no, I don't want, and you're like, please. Or you try to persuade her, and she's like, no. What she says, if she says yes willingly, fine, but if she says no, please, you need to respect her feelings and respect her opinions, and know that her no is no. A lot of us, a lot of girls, we go up with the fear of, oh, we have to dress this type of way so that we'll not be looked as objects of sexual gratification, because a lot of boys see women, girls, as objects of their sexual gratification, which is very wrong. A lot of girls have grown up, a lot of girls have experienced one form of sexual harassment, either molestation or rape or abuse or anything like that. It can be as little as hugging a girl tightly without her permission. Like, okay, you know she has boobs, and then you're hugging her tightly. Why are you hugging her tightly? To feel her boobs or what? And a lot of guys keep doing this type of thing. It can be as little as holding her waist. She did not tell you to hold her waist. You can literally give her a side hug, or even if you want to give her a front hug, you give her a front hug and leave her alone. You don't have to rub your whole body on top of her. It can be as little as touching a girl's thigh. It can be as little as using your dick to grind a girl if she's in front of you in the queue. It can be as little as squeezing yourself to get closer to a girl when you guys are staying in the same cab or the same bus. And it is so painful that a lot of times women and girls have to go through these things every day. A lot of us have experiences of things like this, and sometimes people don't even have the mind to speak up, while others who have the mind to speak up will be shut up by the society or will be judged by the society. And I'm here to educate somebody that please and please, you need a lady's consent before you can carry out any form of sexual activity on her. Do not see a woman as an instrument of just satisfying your sexual pleasures, your conji. Do not see her as that. Women are much more than that. I am very sure that there are so many women who are willing to give you sex. You can pay for sex and you can get it for free, just by her saying yes. And let me tell you that prostitutes get raped too, which is so sad, because all you need to do is just to pay the prostitute, and then she gives you sex, but she still gets raped. And I don't know why some animals in form of men see women as objects of their sexual gratification. And please, 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 this has to stop. It is very bad that women go out every day with fear in their hearts, in fear in their mind, that oh, they have to cover themselves well, oh, they have to do like this, they have to do like that. When they are in the Uber, when they are in the bus, they have to take certain precautions because of they are scared that somebody might rape them. I don't understand why a girl who sees you as a friend, or a lady who sees you as a friend, goes to your house and you rape her. What does that mean? And people would actually open their mouth to say, you're going to his house, what do you expect? If I decide to go to my friend's house, I expect that we chill. I expect that we probably watch TV, we talk about things. I'm going to see you, even if I'm your boyfriend, even if you're my boyfriend. If I'm not going to your house with the mindset of having sex, you have no right to force me to have sex with you. Sometimes men will put you at their mercy. Let's say they are doing something for you, or they are the ones paying for your bills, or they are the ones who are in charge of your results, or they are the ones who are housing you, or if you're stranded, they are housing you, and they decide to ask you for sex. You are not supposed to do that. If you ask her for sex and she says no, then try and control yourself. I am very sure that every man has the ability to control his or her sexual pleasures. Your sexual pleasures don't control you. You have the ability to control it. And if you know that your sexual pleasures, your konji, this is what we call it in Nigeria, it's called konji, your konji controls you, then you need to go to the mental health clinic to check yourself, because it is not natural. As human beings, we have the right over our bodies, so you do not have the right because you think you are stronger and you can overpower a woman. You think you can overpower her, then you just force yourself on her. Nobody deserves to be raped, even if that person, that young lady, that old lady, whoever, once she's a girl or the feminine gender, even if she's naked on the road walking, she doesn't deserve to be raped. Even if she's as beautiful as anything and she's rude, she does not deserve to be raped. Even if she decides to wear short skirts, things that expose her boobs, or something you guys classify as indecent, she doesn't deserve to be raped. Even if you know that she's the only person walking down that lonely street, she does not deserve to be raped. Even if she's in the club with you and she's trying to dance seductively to you, and when you ask her for sex, she says no, she doesn't need to be raped. Because she is drunk doesn't mean you should rape her. Real men do not rape. Rapists are people who are either cowardly, insecure, and not even strong, because I am very sure that they are raping because they are not emotionally strong to get a woman of their own. And if you are emotionally strong, you should be able to control your sexual urges. Please, there is no justification for rape. Anybody who has been raped goes through so much trauma. And don't say, why didn't she fight? Why didn't she do this? Why didn't she run away? Why didn't she do this? Why didn't she do that? Most of the time when this type of things happen, your brain is in shock because it's a traumatic experience, and sometimes your brain literally just freezes and you don't even know the best decision for yourself at that time. So when you say why didn't she run away, it still does not mean that she must be raped or she should have been raped because of she stayed there. In our schools, I'm very sure a lot of us did civic, a lot of us did social studies, either in junior secondary school or in senior secondary school or even in primary school. They teach us the causes of rape. They'll say indecent dressing, they'll say indecent dressing, they'll say bad friends, they'll say going to the club, they'll say drinking alcohol, they'll say different things. But the real cause of rape is lack of self-control and self-discipline over your sexual urges. That is the real cause of rape. All those things are nothing, because I don't know why a lady cannot live her life because we are in the fear of men. We literally fear men. That is what women do. Okay, I'm a girl. I have to dress a certain way because I don't want men to be looking at me, and I'm not going to say some men because I am going outside and I don't know who is looking at me, so I'll say men to be looking at me. I'm a girl. If I enter an Uber, I literally have to be so conscious, not sleep, because I'm so scared that this guy who's driving the Uber might want to rape me or might want to kidnap me. So that is why I'm using the general term men. I'm not saying that all men are rapists, but a lot of men who are walking round the streets that you think are fresh, that you think are fine, that you think are hot, sexy, have sense, they are the rapists amongst us, and they give reasons why they rape. There should not be even if that girl seduces you and you're about to come and you try to come on her and she says no, she's not interested, then your head should tell you that she is not interested. You should have control and stop whatever you planned on doing and try and cool off somewhere, not with her. Do not force a woman to have sex with you. It is very wrong to do that. It might be 5 minutes of pleasure to you, but it can be a lifetime of trauma to that lady or to that woman. So please and please, I say this again, men, we are tired. We are tired of you taking advantage of us. We are tired of you sexually harassing us, abusing us, touching us without our consent and permission. Please, you need to do better. Whoever is watching this video, just know that you need to do better. You need to protect the women around you, and you need to control yourself and control your sexual urges. You need to learn to do that. I want to address the millennials and the Gen Zs who watch my channel. I know, I think from my YouTube statistics, those are the two main people who watch my channel, the millennials and the Gen Zs. And I'm very sure that most of the millennials are either getting married or planning on getting married, while the Gen Zs are literally just entering their 20s, and very soon they'll start thinking of getting married. Yes, we have the responsibility of teaching our children and training our boys, training them to know that women aren't objects of their sexual gratification. We should train them to know that women should be respected. We should train them to know that if you ask a girl for sex and she says no, it's not a slap to your face and she means no. We should tell them that because of you have power over a woman or you think you're stronger than a woman doesn't mean that you must force her to have sex with you. We need to do better with our sons, because I can see that our parents' generation and the generation before theirs did not do so much with their sons. They just let them do whatever they want while they keep teaching their daughters to do this and do that. And you cannot, for anything to work, it has to be balanced. You cannot keep telling the girl because of she's the one who gets raped or something like that, dress properly, do this, do that, because there are still people who dress and cover themselves, or even small children that still get raped. You can't keep telling one person, oh, do this and do that, while the other person, you will not even teach the person morals and standards of living. So we need to train our sons to with good values and standards, just like how they try to enforce good values and standards to our daughters. We need to train our sons to do that, you know, to have these values, to learn how to respect women and to value them, and know that they are not objects for their sexual gratification. Also, when you get to be a parent, please learn to listen to your children, learn to stick up for your children, learn to believe your children even before any other thing else. Because most times people are too scared to talk to their parents because they know that their parents will not believe them. And it is so funny how their parents actually don't believe them, because I think our parents of millennials and parents of Gen Zs think that, oh, we don't know things about sex. Well, you know, there's the internet now and everything, information is everywhere, so we know so much. You need to learn to believe your child as a parent. So I'm leaving this with the younger generation, the millennials and Gen Zs who actually watch my channel. Train your child well, train your son well, train yourself to have good values, and always believe your children whenever they come to speak up about things like this. I would want to address people who are victims of rape, or who either, as in, this is what is supposed to happen in an ideal world. Because I mean, like, if a person gets raped, there's just like 1,000,001 things going through their mind. But I'm just going to say this in case it helps anybody, because I realize that a lot of people don't say this. Please, in case, it's not what I wish for anybody at all, people, in case anyone you know gets raped, or in fact, in case anyone gets raped, please, the first thing you need to do is to go to the hospital, the nearest hospital. Don't wash your body, do not wash your clothes, do not wash anything. You need to go to the nearest hospital. The first thing as a lady you need to ask for is for what is called post-exposure prophylaxis. And post-exposure prophylaxis, they are usually in two forms: the one that is for HIV and the one that is for hepatitis. These drugs are given within 24 to 48 hours after exposure to any of these two infections, or likely exposure to any of these two infections. So when you go to the hospital, you might not want to tell them, oh, you just got raped. But what you can do is actually that you can tell them, oh, I think I had unprotected sex, and you need these drugs because you think that person had HIV or hepatitis B, which are those viruses that are more or less difficult to cure, or don't even have a specific cure. So these drugs will help to prevent the growth of those viruses in your body, and I mean, you will not come down with any of those infections. That's the first thing you have to do. The second thing as a lady you have to do is that nobody wants to get pregnant for a rapist. So you can ask them for things like emergency contraceptive methods. So they can either give you emergency contraceptive drugs, or they can do something like insertion of an IUD, that's intrauterine copper device. Lastly, I would also, as I said before, do not wash your clothes, do not wash yourself, because when you get to the hospital, you can tell them to take a vaginal swab, or they can take a swab from your clothing or something like that, and they can use it to match the DNA of that rapist, so that if you want to press charges, you'd always have evidence. So that is what I have to say. Please, nobody deserves to be raped. No woman deserves to be raped. No child deserves to be raped. Nobody deserves it. What we want is a world that is free of some of these social vices. And you know what? Change starts from you. You who who thinks of raping somebody, you who has raped somebody, that change starts from you. You need to unlearn certain things that you have learned or you thought was right. You need to unlearn them and know that rape causes trauma. As I said before, it might be 5 minutes of pleasure for you, but it is a lifetime of trauma for whoever you are raping. Please stop raping. Please don't rape. In the comment section, you can put a hashtag say no to rape, hashtag stop raping women. You can also share your experiences with us, or you can send me an email. And also I'll be putting the Instagram handles or the emails of certain NGOs that are in charge of rape and victims of sexual assault, so you can reach out to them for more professional advice. Thank you very much.